interior angles are congruent. Ah, I know it. Great. Why? How does that connect to anything? How does that connect to Euclid's view of the world, which is a fascinating, amazing advance in how to think? It was a philosophy, right? And if we could move mathematics so that it becomes once more embedded in this larger world of meaning, seeing how the study of numbers, the study of particular principles actually is an instantiation of these larger principles. Plato said that if you want to be a leader in government, you've got to study mathematics for 10 years. Why would he have said that if all they were doing was memorizing what happens when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, right? So there's a lot of work here to be done, I think, in making mathematics meaningful. And I think when people know why they're studying mathematics, when they know what it's about, when they know where it came from, and that's going to make a huge difference in the study of mathematics. So I think that the curriculum itself can be transformed by putting on positive psychology, strengths-based perspectives, and working together to achieve that. Thank you very much.
We have microphones if we want to have a few minutes of question and answer. I believe there are a couple of microphones here. We'll quickly make sure that one's on. If there's any questions, please. Clearly, the technology is not.
The left one. You're good.
What is your definition, just a succinct definition of happiness? Because we don't really say we admire Gandhi because he's happy, or we admire Schweitzer or Viktor Frankl because he's happy.
Right.
So evidently your definition of happiness includes purpose and meaning and sacrifice and so forth. So just give us a good definition of that. So we won't get a superficial idea of what it is.
Right. I can't give you one, but I'll try to give you two. Is that okay? So when you ask a little child what happiness is or what makes them happy, what kinds of things are they likely to reply back? Ice cream. Definitely ice cream. What else?
Toys.
What toys? Candy is a great one, yeah, right. So ice cream, toys, candy, these kinds of things. And we would say, yeah, I mean, those are things that, you know, kids are made happy by those things. When you ask their parents what they want for their children, they say, I want my children to be happy. What do they mean by that? Do they want them to have lots of ice cream and toys and candy when they grow up? Jaguars, right? The price of the toys is a little... What do parents mean when they say, I want my children to be happy? Fulfilled, meaningful life, great. That's a great. So you see these two different uses of the term, and those correspond to two major groups of theories in philosophy around happiness. The first are called hedonic theories, not hedonistic freshman in the dorm theories, but hedonic theories. And these come out of the tradition of utilitarianism, which is where basically happiness is maximizing pleasure and minimizing pain. So those kinds of, and I'm using the example of the kids to try to make that clearer. Then there are the eudaimonic theories of happiness. And for eudaimonic theories, eudaimonia comes from Aristotle. And it basically means good-spirited, but it means something more like human flourishing. So it's more than just how do you feel inside at the moment, how can you string together moments of feeling good, but it's much broader than that. And so it has to do with this sense of flourishing, of finding meaning, and all those kinds of things. So you're quite right to pick up that the way I was using, the way Marty's using the term in the book is he's saying, there are different pathways. And he's trying to avoid saying that one is better than the other, or that one, just initially here are different perspectives on how to reach that. And indeed, there's a very strong debate in philosophy around whether hedonic theories are the best way of understanding happiness, or eudaimonic theories. So that's two definitions, if I may.
Thank you for your good teaching and introduction. So I'm sitting here as a student affairs person trying to get my framework and what I know from empirical research and theory into this framework. So, and your examples are we're good, but they're very more scholarly, and so we're the co-curricular.
Guilty as charged.
So, as more co-curricular people,
right.
When what our theory and research leads us to is the power of learning environments that create, from my own reading, powerful reflection and dialogue, and particularly engaging deeply with the other. So now, I understand maybe what goes on in that engagement through service or travel or a cross-racial diversity discussion, the interfaith dialogue that some of us do, is that you see your own prejudices, you see negative emotions, and then get on the other side of that is curiosity and compassion. But how do you, would you believe that a path toward positive emotion is through understanding your negative emotion, maybe building on your strengths, or how would you think so?
Yeah, so it's a very complex question about what the relationship of the two different sides of the cape. And so I want to emphasize that I believe there is a very important role for the red side to play, and that what I think the goal should be is a reversible cape, where we can know when it's appropriate to have anger